All states that have ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child have an obligation to make all rights in the Convention a reality for all children. Quality public investment in children is necessary to realise children's rights. Evidence also shows that investing in children results in future generations of citizens who are healthier, better educated, and more productive, and who contribute to sustainable development. In a new general comment, the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child provides guidance to states on how to invest public resources to realise all children's rights. The committee makes it clear that states must prioritise children in their budgets. To achieve this, the 4 general principles of the Convention should be at the centre of states' decision on investment in children. States must not discriminate against any child through their resource mobilisation, budget allocation, or spending of public funds. The best interest of the child should be a primary consideration in the budgetary process at all times. The right of children to life, survival and development should be a cornerstone of the budget cycle of any state. States must ensure that children can participate in budget decisions, including by allocating the necessary resources for their participation. Did you know that during the process of drafting the general comment, 2,700 children from around the world provided their opinions on how, when, and where to invest to make their rights a reality? Decisions on public budgeting and spending for children at national and subnational levels should also be guided by effectiveness, efficiency, equity, transparency, and sustainability. The 4 general principles of the Convention and these standards of public budgeting should inform the 4 stages of the public budgeting processes. 1. Planning. 2. Enactment. 3. Implementation. And 4. Monitoring. Let's talk a bit more about each of these public budgeting standards. Effectiveness. States should ensure that budgets are planned, implemented and monitored through a results-based approach to achieve concrete progress. In Bangladesh, for example, local governments are publishing citizens' charters, which also include information on funds allocated in the local budget to children's programs and social development. These charters are updated quarterly to reflect actual expenditure. Efficiency. Public resources should be managed to ensure maximum value on investment. States must prevent wasting of resources due to inefficiency and combat corrupt practices. In Rwanda, the government has expanded its fiscal space to increase investment in children, not only by improving efficiency and tax collection, but also by cracking down on corruption. These measures have contributed to increased social expenditures on health and social protection. Equity. This involves making decisions on public budgeting and spending with the aim to contribute to greater equality in the enjoyment of the rights of children, especially for those children that are most excluded. In Ecuador, a greater share of municipal resources is allocated to the most deprived groups, including children, and local authorities conduct research on the socio-economic conditions of the population to help inform public investments. Transparency. This refers to the right of adults and children to access timely and user-friendly budget information. Access to public information is necessary for the meaningful participation of civil society in budget processes. In Kenya, local authorities were supported to enhance participation of young people in local budgeting, using an interactive online budget portal to promote transparency and accessibility of budget information. Sustainability. Public budgeting should take the best interest of present and future generations of children into account to ensure sustainability of policies and programs affecting children, including in times of economic slowdown. The Children's Commissioner for England, for example, conducted a child rights impact assessment to assess how budget decisions would affect children. The general comment will also help states to deliver on commitments to children, included in the UN Human Rights Council resolution towards better investment in the rights of the child and in the Sustainable Development Goals. In addition to being a legal obligation under the Convention on the Rights of the Child, public investment in children is an important contribution to the sustainable development of any country. What will your country do to make this commitment a reality for children?